What's up, everybody? My name is Julian and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so if you're a new subscriber here, then welcome to my channel. My channel is focused around showcasing my journey through medical school. And for those of you who are returning, you all know that I just finished my first year of medical school, so about to be a second year, which is crazy. But I know a lot of y'all are trying to decide where you're gonna go for medical school, or you're just trying to look for schools to apply to this summer. And so I just want to help y'all with that process and give y'all a little advice about, some of the factors that I considered when forming like my school list and then subsequently applying to those schools. So if you want to hear more about that, then stay tuned. Okay, and the main reason why I'm making this video for you all is because of the fact that when I applied to medical school, I honestly applied very quickly and chose the schools like very quickly, and some at random. Just because like I decided to apply late in the cycle. I wasn't going to apply initially, and then one random night I just like got the urge at like 2 in the morning to just get up and start typing like my essay for my primary application, I believe. And so yeah, that's kind of how that happened. So I was like, it was kind of like crunch time, and so I really didn't have like that much time to sit there and like add schools to the list and take them away, and then to like do like heavy research. And so I just want to talk about a few of the things that I feel like you all should consider, that I did consider somewhat, but just wasn't able to consider to the fullest extent, the extent that I wish I could have. And so yeah, if you want to hear more about those factors, then here we go. And some of these may be like obvious, but I still just want to like talk about it just to make sure that y'all know, you know what I'm saying? But the first thing that I would say is the location of the school. And this honestly is for like different reasons. The first reason being safety. Because like some schools, aren't in like safe areas, and some people have like certain levels of safety that they want and that they need to, function at a high capacity. And so if you're a person who has like really bad anxiety or has had like a past experience with like, I don't know, like being robbed or like, having something traumatizing happen to you because your safety was decreased or put at harm, I would say definitely look at like the safety of the areas the schools are in, but also like the price of like the city that you're like planning to move to, because some of these schools are in like big cities like New York. New York is very expensive, and so that's like something you have to really consider, because you're already paying a lot for school, and so paying that rent in New York would be like a lot for somebody. And so especially being in medical school, if you're going like and paying solely with loans. And so I think that's something really important to consider. And then also just like the activities in the city, like a person like me, I like to go out to like the nightlife. I like to eat a lot, so I needed a city that had a lot of different restaurants and different types of like cuisine. And so that was something that was really important to me. But also like having parks and things like that. I also like to, sit out in parks and just like have picnics and, sit out and eat ice cream, listen to music in the grass. And so I think Baltimore has like a lot of all of that, which like I didn't think when I first moved here. I was like, But honestly, as I explored more, I found like more things to do in the city. And so I think that the location, is important for many different aspects, and it's something that you should look into heavy before, making a move to, especially if you're moving to another city or state. Like that's really important, because you don't want to get there and get stuck and be there for 4 years, because people don't really transfer medical school. So just consider location before you formulate your final list. Okay, and then something else that's important to consider when forming your medical school list when you're applying is the pass-fail criteria. And I say this because most schools, I believe, I'm not sure, I have to fact check this, but I believe that most schools are pass-fails. I'm pretty sure most of the medical schools that exist right now are pass-fail, like completely pass-fail. But the thing about my school, I go to the University of Maryland, Baltimore. So we do have a pass-fail system, but it's tiered pass-fail. So it's like pass, high pass, and then honors. So that's like, I guess that's like a C, a B, and then an A. And not that it's like completely like horrible, like it's not, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but I do think that there is a benefit to just being able to have pass fail. I think that comes with a lot less stress, because if ours was just pass fail, honestly, I would have really not been that stressed about any of the tests. I still think that, you know, as a medical student, you know, we all get stressed about taking tests and like doing our best, but at the same time, I think that kind of evens the playing field out, because you're not so focused on trying to, you know, always have like every single piece of knowledge known to man in your head, because you want to get like high pass all the time. Because at the end of the day, if you have a pass fail system, then nobody will really know if you had a 72 versus having a 92. But in our system, like, that shows up based on like a 72 would just be pass, and then a 92 would be high pass. Honors, excuse me. Y'all, I'm not in school right now, so I'm out of it. But I'm acting like I've been out of school for months. It's been like literally a month. But yeah, I think that there would definitely be like a big benefit to my mental health, honestly, if we just had pass fail. And not saying not to like go to like tiered pass fail schools or schools with grades, but I'm just saying that's something to consider. Do you want to have that extra stress like it was in college, trying to get like the highest grade possible, or are you okay with, you know, still doing your best but not always being pressured to have like the highest grade in the class? So okay, and this next one is for those who know or believe that they know what specialty they want to go into, but something that I didn't even think about it, like something that I don't feel like most people think about, honestly. Don't want to speak for everybody, but I really don't think that like most people really actually think about this when applying. But look into the size of the program, the specialty program that you would like to apply to, because for example, here at my school, we found out that I believe it was dermatology, but that there were only, I think, 2 professors doing research, or 2 physicians doing research here. And so that gets really important, because dermatology is a very like research heavy field, and people who go into that field is very competitive. So it's one of the ones that actually requires like many more publications to be considered a competitive applicant. But if there are plenty of students in my class that are interested in dermatology, then that creates even more competition within just your institution to have a research project, because many people only take on 1 or 2 research students at most, and sometimes they don't take on any. And so then they have to like find outside programs to do research at, and to, you know, shadow and all of that. And so I think that looking at the size of the program of the specialty that you want to go into at those specific schools can definitely help you kind of make it easier for you later on down the line. Yeah. And lastly, I think that it's important to look into the academic requirements outside of just class and taking tests, because there is much more to medical school than just that. Like, we had this IPE class, honestly, interprofessional something education, I believe, and so that was a Zoom class that we took on Zoom with like students from like the School of Dentistry and the nursing programs, the PA programs, the physical therapy programs, and all of that. And honestly, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but I feel like at times it just felt like we were just doing it just to do it. I think the ideas that they taught were important, but when you're at medical school or any grad program in general and you're trying to study, things like that honestly take up time, and it just feels kind of, I don't want to say unnecessary, but I just feel like sometimes it just wasn't as helpful as it should have been when it was taking up time from me studying, especially like sometime right before when we had tests. And so we also go see patients in the PALM program in my school, and it's not like that often, it's every 2 weeks, but it can go up to like 3 or 4 hours in that day. And sometimes you might have that on a day that's has like hard lectures, and so that just makes your day like honestly horrible and traumatizing. So yeah, just look at the requirements outside of just class and tests as well, and see if those are things that you feel like will be valuable for you. I think that if the school is having them, then they'll be valuable. But just, you know, I feel like when you're picking your school, you know, it's still your choice whether you feel like those things will be valuable for you in terms of making your choice. But that's all for today's video. I really appreciate y'all tuning in this week. Like I told y'all before, I'm trying to, you know, get these videos out to get my channel back out there, and, you know, just help as many people as I can, share my journey with as many people as I can. And yeah, if y'all want any more specific videos, then feel free to leave a comment down below. If y'all have any comments, I really appreciate, you know, reading them and responding to y'all and having the discussion. And also, if you like this video, then please leave a thumbs up on this video and then subscribe to my channel down below. But I will let y'all go. This video has been long enough, and I will see y'all next time. Peace out.